morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today, I need to tell you about another old set, a really old set, which, and older than any of the others I've shown you lately, which has been showing up in shops available to buy that you should really be thinking long and hard about trying to be picking up, because it turns out base set Sun and Moon has been showing up in Walmart lately, and this is very weird and unexpected and extremely cool. And like the thing is, with these older sets popping up, one of the awesome things about it is it gives an opportunity for people that weren't around initially to pick this up. Like, I've been around since Gen 4. This was the beginning of Gen 7. So I was here when Sun and Moon initially came out. That's not the point, ladies and gentlemen, because there are plenty of you that weren't, and for you lovely ladies and gentlemen, this might be your first and really honestly only chance to be picking this up, because as we're going to talk about in this video, this isn't going to last forever. The fact that it's available at all is honestly a bit weird and unexpected. This is not going to last. So I need to give a massive shout out here to Josh Formanek over on Facebook, who did post this and actually said they'd been watching my video about when Burning Shadows was found in Walmart, and then they went and found this. So obviously there is something going on with Walmart and older packs. Now remember, Burning Shadows was actually, it was being sold for like $8, so it was a little bit more expensive than you would generally expect to see. Don't worry about it. Generally speaking, especially with this, you aren't finding it cheaper, although maybe for Sun and Moon you actually are. So Sun and Moon was released in February 2017, and it was, as the name might suggest, the beginning of the Sun and Moon block. If you go back any further than the Sun and Moon base set, you end up with Evolutions, which was the final X and Y set. And look, we all know Evolutions went a bit silly. If you happen to find any packs of Evolutions for like $8, oh, you buy them as fast as you can, ladies and gentlemen. You buy them as fast as you possibly can. Sun and Moon is not on that level, but is it actually worth picking up? And is it any better than Burning Shadows? Because I told you the other day how Burning Shadows is available. So now the question is, with Sun and Moon apparently being there, if you pop up into Walmart, both of them are sitting there on the shelves, which one should you go for? Well, in terms of booster packs, Sun and Moon is actually not terribly expensive. Base set Sun and Moon is readily available over on eBay now for like $7.50 for a proper booster pack. And there's a listing there for $6. Now, one of them does specifically say from tins. I don't think that really makes a huge difference. Like, I'm a big fan, well, at least pre-Scarlet and Violet. I was convinced, and I made many videos to this effect, that free pack blisters were the way to go. It's absolutely possible I just got a bit lucky. The sample size was, well, terrible, frankly, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely terrible. So, the fact they're coming from tins, I really wouldn't read too much into them. But this is very important, because if this set is for $8, and I can go for $7.50 or maybe even $6 over on eBay, and just pick one of these up, there is a strong argument here that I just don't really need these. I don't really need to be picking them up. Now, as you can see in the picture, it's not just a pack of Sun and Moon. It's a pack of Sun and Moon with 5 cards, one of which is a guaranteed foil. Now, these are repack products, and a lot of the time, and I can't speak for every single pack in the shop, obviously, but a lot of the time these repacks, the one foil card tends to be like some random junk reverse holo. Maybe you get lucky with those 5 extra cards. Maybe you find something particularly amazing and stunning and it all makes it worth it. I think it's more likely, and I mean significantly more likely, that the extra cards are trash and not worth picking up. I would love to be wrong about that, ladies and gentlemen, but the fact of the matter is they're probably a bit rubbish. So you're left with an $8 pack of Sun and Moon, which actually does not represent phenomenal value, given how much you can pick them up on for eBay and places like that. Okay, fine. What about Burning Shadows? You know, I told you just the other day about Burning Shadows and how that is available at Walmart, etc. How much should you be paying for a pack of Burning Shadows? Well, when I showed this to you a couple of weeks ago, I showed you they were available for, well, if you want Spanish, $6. If you want English, about $9. So it was a little bit of a win picking it up in Walmart. And I know at this stage some of you are thinking, well, hang on a second, Wassy. You're telling us these sets are 6 years old. You're also telling us, especially for Sun and Moon, you can go and pick these up pretty cheap on eBay right now. What's the point? And the point is really simple. These are not going to last forever. If anybody's wondering how these repacks end up in Walmart 6 years later, the answer, and I don't know, but I can make a very well-educated guess. Essentially what happens is, they're not reprinting Sun and Moon. Like, I feel 100% confident no one at the Pokemon company is being like, should we reprint that Evolving Sky set that sells out instantly and everybody loves and is clearly the best Sword and Shield set? Should we, get some capacity printing some more Pokemon Card 151? That set, which is coming out quite soon, that everyone's going to like, to make sure there's loads of stock? Nah, let's reprint Sun and Moon base from 6 years ago. Nobody is doing that. That is not happening. I feel 100% confident they are not reprinting Sun and Moon base right now. What's happening is somebody popped in a warehouse and went, oh, I got a couple pallets of Sun and Moon base here that for whatever reason never got sold first time round. Let's sell them now. And they end up in these repacks. And essentially what happens is Pokemon turns around and they go, we're not selling this. It is not worth the hassle trying to sell this. So they go to a company, a repacking company. There are these companies out there that probably have, well, I mean, they certainly have existing relationships with Pokemon. And they go, hey, we'll sell you this. Do what you want with it. So Pokemon sell it to them, and then they repack, and there we go. So in terms of Sun and Moon then, what have we got in terms of real highlight cards? The answer is not that much. Sun and Moon is not a card, or not a set, which is really great for singles. However, you will notice that in the past year, there's been a jump. Like, the number one card in the set is Lily. Now, it's not as ridiculous as some of the other Lily cards out there, but the number one card in the set, nevertheless, is a Lily. Now, 1 year ago, according to TCG Player, and they literally just track actual sales so we can believe them, 1 year ago, you could pick this card up for $20. I'm not kidding. In July 2022, this was a $20 card. It is now a $115 card. And that should tell you everything you need to know about Sun and Moon base. It is on the way out. It should be gone by now. These kind of products we're finding in Walmart at the moment are weird. And frankly, you should be picking them up as soon as you can if you have any interest in them. Because they are not going to last forever. And frankly, when they're gone, they're gone. And you aren't going to see them running around anymore. And there's going to come a point in the not too distant future where a lot of people out there are going to wish they picked these up. Now, after your $115 Lily, the next biggest card is actually your Rainbow Rare Umbreon. And again, we've seen a jump in the past year. 1 year ago, it was a $28 card. Today, it is a $38 card. A couple of months ago, it was as high as about $40. It's going up. And I know it's come down from that $40 high, but it's still there or thereabouts. Only a couple dollars less. It is creeping up again. It's an Umbreon. It is going to be a popular card. And sure, at the moment, it's not ridiculous. But at some point, this Rainbow Rare Umbreon is going to be very, very big. Because it's Umbreon. The only other two which are really above like $20 cards, you've got the Secret Rare Gold Ultra Ball, that in the past year has gone from $26 as low as $21 and then back up to $33. Not exactly a huge card, I think it's fair to say, but still a decent card, and Ultra Ball tends to kind of always be legal, so this one is probably going to stay around. And then you've got your Rainbow Rare Espeon, which in the past year has gone from an $18 card up to a $32 card. Again, a fairly significant jump in the past year. It is not a surprise that all these graphs are trending upwards. I know there's a few little downturns here and there, but it's no big surprise these graphs are generally trending up because this set is on the way out and it really is not going to last for long at all. If this is a set you're interested in, you should absolutely go. Is it as good as Burning Shadows? No, is the honest answer. Like, if we're being completely honest here, no, it's not. It really isn't. Because Burning Shadows has got Charizard, which, as we look today, is a $420 card, although the latest near mint actually sold for $450. And then we've got Escape Rope, which, as we look there at the moment today, is about a $90 card. So, and again, a year ago, it was like the $28 card a year ago. It is jumping up pretty massively. Burning Shadows is the better set. I'm not going to hide from you. I like to think of myself as very honest on these videos. If you go into Walmart and they've got both of these packs available, yeah, it's absolutely fair to say that Burning Shadows is a better set than Sun and Moon Base. But my point very simply is, Sun and Moon Base is an old set that you really at this stage should not be finding in shops. The fact that you are finding in shops is genuinely weird, but it is not going to last. I would suggest getting on this sooner rather than later. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's the news. That's what you need to know. And if you are into these kind of things, you need to be checking your Walmart, because maybe this is not the end. Like, I've told you about Burning Shadows. I've told you about Sun and Moon Base. Could we see Guardians Rising? And Guardians Rising was a great set. Guardians Rising completely turned the Pokemon TCG on his head. That is a set that I would be looking out for. And I did buy a bunch of Guardians Rising at the time. But Guardians Rising seems like one of those sets you just can't have enough of. Actually, sneaky not great for singles. We can talk about that in the future. But just as a set, an absolutely phenomenal set. Right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you need to know, and now it's over to you guys. So yeah, go nuts in the comment section, but be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and card games and Pokemon card games, all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shoutouts on the channel like the lovely AB3, who's been a support of ours for a while now and is a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.